I want to play you what the President of the United States said while still in his tuxedo from the event in the immediate aftermath of the alleged shooting at the White House Correspondents' Center. Listen to what he says about the room being unified.
That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly. One officer was shot.
Okay. But it's Donald Trump talking about how it was beautiful to see everybody be in unison, you know, the press and the members of the administration and whatnot and what have you. This is a man who has attacked the press literally his entire life, but really, really hard since he's gotten into politics in the last decade. He's called them the enemy of the people. Has suggested that some of these reporters should be jailed for writing stories about him. That press passes should be pulled. Press passes have been pulled in some cases. Go see the Associated Press. Has talked about pulling licenses of some of these organizations, right? Shits on the media for a decade straight as a politician. And didn't have a lot of great things to say about him beforehand and in many instances either. But shits on the media for 10 years straight. Then talks about how it was beautiful that they were all in unison. And then what does he do? He goes off and he gives a 60-minute interview where he goes right back to calling them horrible people.
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this: I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm. But there you have it, right? He just spoke about how it was wonderful to see the unity, which I don't understand how anybody from the press could have any kind of unity with this man or this administration in any way, shape, or form. But he just talked about that. Then he goes off and gives this interview, and he talks about how they're horrible people. They're horrible people for reading the words that were written by the guy who allegedly tried to take your life. And once again, her jumping in there and go, were you thinking that he was referring to you? He never mentioned you, champ. But you immediately took it as you, didn't you? How anybody from the press can even still think about interviewing this man, think about asking this man a question is beyond me. Boycott his very existence. You want to harm Donald Trump, media? Never talk to him again.